Chapter 15, Winds, Storms and Cyclones. Introduction. Air is all around us. Except for breathing, we don't seem to feel it or need it. However, we feel the force of air during a storm. We hear of severe storms such as cyclones, hurricanes, and tornadoes hitting various parts of the world and causing damage on a large scale. How does air take such a violent role?
Air. Our planet is surrounded by a thick blanket of atmosphere. What holds it in place? Of course, gravity. Due to gravitational pull of the Earth, the gases in the atmosphere stay near to the Earth's surface. Though the thickness of atmosphere is about 100 km above the surface of the Earth, most of its gases are present in the first 30 to 40 km above the Earth. Let us recall the layers of the atmosphere. It has 4 layers. 1. Troposphere. Most of the air is present in the troposphere. This air is a mixture of nitrogen gas, 78%, oxygen gas, 21%, and other gases like carbon dioxide, 0.03%. Water vapor and noble gases, all the weather phenomena take place in the troposphere. 2. Stratosphere. Above the troposphere is the stratosphere, which contains the ozone layer. Ozone layer blocks the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun and protects us from diseases like skin cancer. 3. Mesosphere. As we keep on moving up, the air becomes thinner due to reducing gravity. Mesosphere has very low density of air and it is very cold. 4. Thermosphere. This is the layer where the air is virtually non-existent. Here the temperature increases as we move up. Air pressure. As we discussed above, the surface of the Earth is surrounded by a thick layer of air. Now this air has mass and it exerts force on the surface of the Earth. We all have to bear this force of air on us, and our body is adapted to live under this force. If we measure the amount of this force over a unit area, it is called pressure. So we can define pressure of air as the force exerted by the atmosphere on a unit area. This pressure due to air is called as atmospheric pressure.
How is air pressure measured? Atmospheric pressure is measured with the help of a device called barometer. In a barometer, height of a mercury column indicates pressure. The atmospheric pressure is maximum at sea level. The normal atmospheric pressure at sea level is 76 cm of mercury or 1 atmosphere, 1 atm pressure. As you go higher up from sea level, the atmospheric pressure decreases. Can you guess why? As the altitude decreases, the density of air decreases. This decreases the force of air and hence pressure.
How does pressure affect air? Air moves from a region of higher pressure to low pressure. What do you think is the reason for this? High pressure means the density of air is high. This means air particles are closely packed. Whereas in a low pressure area, density of air is less and the particles are loosely packed. As a result, the particles tend to move from closely packed state to loosely packed state so that they have more space to move. This is the reason that air always moves from a higher pressure area to a lower pressure area. This movement of air causes winds and other weather changes. What is wind? When air moves from one area to another, it is called wind. The speed of wind varies from 5 to 10 km per hour of normal breeze to 250 to 500 km per hour of huge storms like tornado. Winds blow all across the Earth in different directions. The speed and direction of wind depends upon the latitude, rotation of Earth, height and temperature. We will learn how winds and storms are caused. How does temperature affect air?
You know that in gaseous state, particles of matter are loosely packed. When you heat up a gas, the particles gain more energy and start moving faster. As a result, the gas occupies more volume. In other words, gas expands on heating. Therefore, air expands on heating.
How are winds caused? The difference of temperature in the atmosphere causes winds. The earth gets heated up due to sunlight. This in turn heats up the air just above the surface of the earth. Hot air expands and becomes less dense and light. This reduces the pressure and an area of low pressure is created. The warm air rises up. As it rises, it loses energy and cools. Once it is cool, it contracts and becomes heavy. This increases the density of air and creates an area of high pressure. This air starts to move downwards. This constant movement of air from a high pressure region to low pressure region creates winds. Wind currents. Wind currents means blowing of winds across the earth. These are caused due to difference of temperature in different regions. The region around the equator gets most sunlight and heats up more. As a result, air in this region heats up more and rises, creating an area of low pressure. In comparison, the region around the 30-degree latitude gets less heated up and the air above it is colder. This colder air moves towards the equator. Similarly, the air in the belt of 60-degree latitude is warmer than the air over polar regions. This air rises up, creating low pressure, and the polar air moves towards the 60-degree latitude. In this way, wind currents across the globe are created. Thus, we can say that the wind currents are caused due to uneven heating of the earth. How are thunderstorms caused? Thunderstorms mainly occur in tropical regions due to high temperature and humidity. A thunderstorm is nothing but rain and hail along with fast winds and lightning. When the warm air rises up, the water vapor also moves with it. At higher altitudes, water vapor condenses into liquid or freezes. As they freeze, they become heavy and start falling down. While falling, the frozen water drops may melt again. These fall on earth in the form of heavy rain at the same time as the warm air rises. This causes strong winds and lightning. All of these together are called a thunderstorm.
During a thunderstorm, lot of lightning strikes. As a result, you should observe some precautions. Do not keep windows open. If you are outside, do not go near a water body or a tall object like pole or trees. Take shelter under a short tree or be inside a bus or car. Do not hold an umbrella which has a metallic handle. Thunderstorms can sometimes take very dangerous forms like a cyclone or tornado. In late 2013, the coastal areas of Odisha and Andhra Pradesh in India were hit by a very severe cyclone, Cyclones. There was a huge damage to the coastal districts. However, due to alertness and timely action of the government, there wasn't much loss of life. Let us learn how a cyclone forms. The air above the water in oceans is rich in water vapor. This air gets heated up by sun rays and rises up, forming a low-pressure region. As it rises high, the air gets cooler and water vapor starts condensing. While condensing, the water vapor releases heat, which further warms the air particles. The warmer air rises upwards and cooler air from all around rushes to take its place. This cycle continues till a region of very low pressure forms with high-speed winds revolving around it. This constitutes a cyclone. The severeness of cyclone depends upon various factors like temperature, humidity, direction and speed of wind. At the center of the cyclone is an area where there is no thunder or winds. This is called the eye of the cyclone. Cyclones are classified based on the wind speeds and severity. A severe cyclone can have wind speed up to 500 km per hour with an eye of 10 to 30 km diameter and up to 150 km area around the eye with thick clouds, rain and high-speed winds.
Tornadoes. A tornado is a storm which forms suddenly on land. It looks like a long and twisting funnel of air which moves very fast. On its way, the base of the funnel sucks up everything such as trees, buildings, cattle, cars, buses. These are then thrown down when the force of air reduces. There are other types of storms such as hurricanes and typhoons.
To minimize the loss of life, following precautions can be taken. Always listen to the weather forecasts on radio or TV. In case of a cyclone alert, lock your home and move to a safer place. Store food in waterproof bags. Store some clean drinking water. Fishermen should never go into the sea. Keep the phone numbers of hospital, friends or relatives with you.